Okay, think about this. A book that's just captivated millions. We're talking 150 million copies sold, translated into, what, over 80 languages?
It's incredible.
Yeah, and it's influenced huge names, Oprah, Will Smith. What is it about this story? Why does it hit home for so many people across cultures, generations?
That's the big question, isn't it? It suggests there's something really fundamental, universally human in its message. It just connects.
Well, today, that's what we're digging into. We're doing a deep dive into Paulo Coelho's famous novel, The Alchemist.
Okay.
And our mission, really, is to unpack its core ideas, look at the story itself, which has some surprises, understand why it's so inspirational, but also, touch on the criticisms, too.
Sure, gotta have balance.
Exactly. We'll pull out the key insights from the material we've looked at, helping you discover what makes this modern classic tick.
And what's fascinating, I think, is how it uses this almost fable-like simplicity to talk about some pretty deep philosophical stuff.
Yeah.
So, at its heart, The Alchemist is about Santiago. He's a young shepherd in Andalusia.
Oh.
And he keeps having this dream, a really vivid, recurring dream about finding treasure, all the way over at the Egyptian pyramids.
Right, a long way from Spain.
Yeah.
And it's more than just a passing dream, isn't it? It feels like a call to action.
It does. And the real catalyst, the moment things change, is when he meets this mysterious old king figure, Melchizedek.
Ah, yes, Melchizedek.
Who basically tells him, go for it, pursue the dream.
Yeah.
And he introduces this central idea of the book, the personal legend.
Which is what exactly? Like your destiny.
Yeah, essentially, your true purpose.
Yeah.
What you're uniquely meant to achieve in life.
Yeah.
And it's such a big step that Santiago actually sells his sheep, his whole livelihood, to chase this dream based on, well, a dream and this stranger's advice.
That takes some serious guts. Or maybe faith.
A huge leap of faith. And the journey isn't easy. It's not a straight path. He meets all these different characters along the way. Each one teaches him something or represents something.
Like the Crystal Merchant.
Exactly. The Crystal Merchant is this guy who, he had dreams once. He wanted to go to Mecca.
Yeah.
But he got comfortable, maybe a bit scared, and just stayed put.
So a warning, almost.
A definite cautionary tale about settling, about letting fear win. Then you've got the Englishman Santiago meets.
Right, the one obsessed with actual alchemy, led into gold.
Yeah, very literal, very bookish about it. He represents maybe a more intellectual, external approach to finding wisdom compared to Santiago's more intuitive journey.
Okay. And then there's Fatima.
Fatima, yes. The woman in the desert oasis he falls in love with. That relationship brings up questions about love, commitment, and whether pursuing your dream means leaving love behind.
A classic conflict.
But maybe the most important encounter is with the alchemist himself, the title character.
Finally. And what does he teach Santiago? Does he just give him the answers?
Not really, no. He's more of a guide. He teaches Santiago about spiritual growth, about looking inward, and about listening to something called the soul of the world.
The soul of the world. Sounds pretty mystical.
It's this idea of an interconnected energy, a kind of universal language spoken through signs and intuition that guides everything. He teaches Santiago how to tune into that.
Okay, so Santiago learns all this, travels across the desert, and then comes the big twist, right? He gets to the pyramids.
He finally makes it, the place from his dream, after everything.
And the treasure.
Isn't there? Not the pyramids, anyway. He finds out through a whole series of events that the treasure was actually buried back home, right where he started, near the old church where he used to sleep with his sheep.
Wow. Okay, that's unexpected. So the whole journey was...
Exactly. The journey was the treasure, or rather, the transformation he underwent, the lessons he learned, the person he became that was the real alchemy. It wasn't about the physical gold at the destination.
That really flips the script on what success or goals mean. It's not just the end point.
Precisely. It suggests that focusing only on the external goal can make you miss the profound internal changes, the real gold that's forged inside you during the process, during the struggle.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit more. This personal legend idea is obviously central. The book says everyone has one, but, well, most people don't follow it. Why not?
Fear is a big one. Fear of failure, obviously.
Yeah.
But also maybe fear of the unknown, fear of what success might demand. Sometimes it's just comfort. The known, even if it's unfulfilling, feels safer than stepping out.
Inertia.
Huge inertia. The book really emphasizes that. And the distractions, the opinions of others, all things that can pull you away from listening to your own heart.
Which ties into that other concept, the language of the universe. Santiago learns through omens, signs, and intuition. Not exactly a GPS, is it?
No, definitely not. It's about learning a different kind of awareness,
Mm.
paying attention to coincidences, to intuition, to nature itself, listening to your heart, as the book repeats often.
So it's less about logic, more about feeling, trusting the gut.
And trusting this soul of the world, this interconnectedness, it's portrayed almost like the universe wants you to succeed in your personal legend and leaves clues, if you learn how to read them, which, leads to that famous quote.
Ah, yes. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it.
That's the one. Hugely popular, but also one of the points critics often bring up, but we can get to that later.
Okay. And this idea of the journey versus the destination, the characters he meets really highlight that, don't they? Each one is like a potential path Santiago could take if he gives up.
Absolutely. The crystal merchant is the path of settling. The Englishman, perhaps the path of getting lost in theory without practice. The reflections, temptations, lessons, every encounter shapes him.
And what about love? Fatima's role seems important.
Very. The book argues strongly that true love doesn't hold you back from your personal legend. It actually supports it.
So it's not an either situation, love or purpose.
According to Coelho, no. Fatima understands Santiago needs to continue his journey. True love, the book suggests, empowers growth. It doesn't stifle it. It's patient.
That's a lovely idea. And then alchemy itself. It's not just literal lead to gold in the book, is it?
Not primarily, no. That's there with the Englishman. But the deeper meaning, the core metaphor, is about spiritual alchemy. Meaning transforming the lead of your own life, your fears, your flaws, your hardships, your confusion, into gold, which is wisdom, self-understanding, finding your purpose, inner peace.
So the real alchemy is internal transformation.
Exactly. Refining your own soul, essentially. Yeah. That's the ultimate treasure the book points towards.
And the book is just packed with memorable lines that capture these ideas, quotes that people really hold on to.
Oh, definitely. It's incredibly quotable.
Like, tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. That hits hard, doesn't it? Tackles anxiety head on.
It really does. Or another one, maybe a bit pointed. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own.
Oof. Yeah. A reminder to look inward first.
And there's a simple, beautiful one about love. One is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving. Takes away all the conditions.
Simple but profound. The symbolism is powerful too. The desert, for example. It's more than just sand, right?
Oh, yeah. The desert is, well, it's life's challenges. It's the testing ground. It represents hardship, solitude, the need for endurance, the place where Santiago really has to listen to himself and the world.
Where he's stripped bare, in a way.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the alchemist figure, he symbolized as what? Higher wisdom. A spiritual guide.
Yeah, someone who points the way but doesn't walk it for you, who empowers you to find your own connection to that soul of the world.
Right. And the treasure itself, as we've said, it's not just riches. It symbolizes self-realization, finding your purpose, that inner gold.
Fatima stands for that supportive, patient love. And the pyramids.
The pyramids are kind of like the illusion of the goal. The thing you think you're aiming for, the external marker, which ultimately leads you to the real discovery, which is internal.
It all weaves together pretty neatly, which probably explains its strengths and why it connects with so many. It's definitely inspirational.
Hugely. It genuinely encourages people to think about their dreams and maybe, just maybe, take a step towards them.
And the language helps. It's simple, almost like a children's story on the surface.
Very accessible, but that simplicity holds these really profound, universal themes: purpose, fear, love, listening to your intuition, the journey mattering. These ideas resonate across cultures, ages, beliefs.
Yeah, you don't need a specific background to get something out of it, and it really pushes you to reflect, doesn't it? It makes you ask, okay, what's my personal legend? Am I living it?
That's probably its biggest impact, that personal provocation.
Okay, but let's be balanced. It's not universally loved, without question. There are criticisms.
Absolutely, and they're worth discussing.
One common one is that it's maybe too idealistic. That whole universe conspiring to help you thing.
Right. Critics argue that can feel a bit simplistic, maybe naive.
Yeah.
Real life involves setbacks, systemic barriers, sheer bad luck sometimes that aren't just overcome by wanting something badly enough.
It can feel like it downplays the sheer hard work, the planning, the grit often needed.
Exactly. Some feel it promotes a kind of magical thinking that might not be helpful or realistic when facing, genuine obstacles in the world. It's more spiritual parable than practical plan.
So manage expectations if you're looking for a step-by-step guide.
Definitely. Another critique you sometimes hear is that the message feels a bit repetitive.
How so?
That the core ideas, follow your dream, listen to your heart, the universe helps, are stated and restated in slightly different ways, maybe without enough variation or development for some readers.
Okay. And I guess if you're looking for gritty realism or maybe complex, ambiguous characters, this probably isn't the book for you.
Probably not. It operates on the level of allegory, of myth. It's designed for that philosophical reflection, not necessarily for representing the messy, complex details of everyday life.
So, given all that, who do you think really gets the most out of reading The Alchemist? Who should pick it up?
Well, I think anyone feeling a bit lost or maybe stuck, unsure about their direction in life, it can offer a gentle push, a different perspective.
Makes sense. What about creatives?
Dreamers. Oh, definitely. People who have aspirations that maybe feel a bit out there or who struggle with the fear of pursuing them. Spiritual seekers, too, often connect with its themes.
Young people, maybe? Students figuring things out?
Yeah, young adults trying to find their purpose.
Yeah.
Or really anyone going through a big life transition, changing careers, ending a relationship, moving, times when you're naturally asking those bigger questions about your path.
And its impact is just huge. We mentioned the sales, the translations.
Astonishing numbers.
And the endorsements from people like Oprah, Will Smith, Pharrell, Madonna. That shows its reach into mainstream culture beyond just like literary circles.
It really does. And you hear it quoted all the time in motivational contexts, in self-help circles, spiritual seminars. It's become a cultural reference point for aspiration and following your dreams.
It's clearly more than just a novel for many people.
It's become a touchstone, a source of inspiration and reflection.
So wrapping this up, The Alchemist isn't just a story about a shepherd boy finding treasure. It really holds up a mirror, doesn't it?
Yeah, a mirror to your own journey, your own aspirations, maybe your own fears.
It's a call to adventure, maybe an inner adventure as much as an outer one. Even if, like Santiago, that adventure leads you to realize the treasure was closer than you thought, but you needed the journey to see it.
Beautifully put. The journey changes your perspective on where the value truly lies.
So a final thought for you listening in. As you think about Santiago's journey, what's your personal legend? Is there something calling to you?
And maybe, what signs, what whispers from your own heart or, the universe might you be overlooking or ignoring right now? Are you truly listening?